Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nekme Obasoge, reporting from Toronto, Canada. I'm here today with a popular historian from the ancient city of Benin, Imasue Amowe Izoduwa. Hello, Imasue. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We're here to discuss about Benin history, like what I told you before the show, that we are separating the Benin history a little bit away from Nebo TV because we have many programs under the Nebo TV. I don't want anything that will overshadow Benin history under Nebo TV. So I'm separating the history away from Nebo TV. We just created a new platform. The YouTube channel is available. The Facebook is also available. So we are currently working on the website. And if you have a short article based on Benin history, we're going to be featuring articles, posting those articles on the website because some people were requesting for books, articles. So everything will go to the website for this Benin history. So the YouTube channel is a Benin History and Research Center in Diaspora. Okay, it's available now. If you are watching right now, you need to go subscribe and follow us. Any Benin history will be posted on the YouTube channel, the Facebook profile, and also on the website. Okay, so Imasue is our mentor here. Hello. Hello, Imasue, can you hear me?
Daniel,
Okay.
I can
So
hear you.
recently I saw that you hosted an event in Benin.
Well,
You hosted an
thank you
event.
very much. Uh, what event is that?
The event you hosted, the conference, the one the Onome attended.
Okay, a press conference where we declared an British imperialism as not part of Benin Kingdom, and
Okay.
even in the past few days,
Mm.
we've learned that the British government are willing to give us $4 million to
Oh.
set up an Edo State Museum of
Mm.
art and culture in West Africa, which I made a live video today
Mm.
that I'm totally against. $4 million.
Dollars. Okay, not
Was
pounds.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, not pounds. Yeah.
Mm.
So I heard
Mm.
that to establish an Edo State, Edo art and culture,
Mm.
and for West African nation to
Okay.
be sited in Edo State.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I frowned at it because I have a reason that I frowned at it. I'm not saying that the Edo State government or the royal kingdom
Mm.
headed by the Oba of Benin cannot have not done well. But I have frowned against it
Mm.
as a very patriotic Edo indigene for some certain reasons.
Okay.
Reason number one, I've stated it very clearly that every other European nation can lend us
Mm.
resources to build such magnificent museum
Mm.
to house our stolen artifact, but certainly not British. Because 123 years ago,
Mm.
precisely, the British came to Benin Empire as it was in 1897 unannounced. They destroyed our palace, they burned down our city, they stole and carted away our ancient, traditional, and sacred artifacts. They deposed our king. The Benins or the Edo people were left without a king for a period of 17 years
Mm.
without traditional and political leadership. They fused us with a country that presently called Nigeria, and they made us minority. The same people who had never wished us well all throughout the past 123 years are now coming to say that what we stole from you people, we wish to loan it back to you for a period of time we can always get it back. And we want to give you $4 million, add to it to build a museum where we can loan you back your artifact that we stole, all right, for a period of time. We don't know the period of time now. We don't know the arrangement, but what we know that if every other European nations should come out and say that we want to give you money to establish a museum because of what you have established, what the greatness that you have evolved over more than 2,000 of years,
Mm.
I would say, okay, that is beautiful, but the only people that I, Emmanuel Izoduwa, will want the Edo people, whether the government or the monarch, to agree to such agreement is the British because of what they did to us, not just only to the monarch,
Mm.
but to the entire Edo people, because our mothers were raped, our innocent daughters, brothers, and wives were killed. Our heroes and heroines were humiliated, and they were hanged as common criminals for the effort they made in preserving our history, our culture, and our traditions. So I've said it clearly on my platform that
Mm.
I'm not saying that Imazuen Izoduwa voice can't, but Imazuen Izoduwa say that is against whatever arrangement that has to do with the British. The only arrangement that I believe
Mm.
in as an individual
Mm.
is that it's either the British keep everything they stole from us, or they give us everything they stole from us without any terms and conditions. And as for the money for which to establish our museum,
Mm.
we as a people, we as a nation, we should be able. We have over 10 million of Edo people all over the world that can comfortably raise more than
Mm.
$4 million within a year
Mm.
through an Edo trust fund if it is carefully managed
Okay, do you mean
from
now
the.
that we don't need their support because they have betrayed us in the past, right?
Yes, certainly we don't need their support.
Okay.
If we need their support, they should come out publicly to tell us that, oh, we are sorry. We are sorry for having to come to your country unprovoked as a form of restitution, not to tell us that they are donating. That is a modern day colonialism. We've already been colonized. Nigeria as a country is a, is it's a colony of the British. Now they want to recolonize us as a country or as a section of a Nigeria country. So we are not saying that they cannot give us the money, but it has to be publicly spelled out that we are sorry, that this has to be a restitution that we have made as a nation for having to destroy everything that makes the sovereignty
Mm.
of an Edo nation or a Benin nation. Until that is said by the British, I don't think it is right as a people or as a state under the sovereignty of the present day Nigeria for Edo people to accept under any guise
Yes,
anything from the
from
British.
British.
Otherwise,
Yeah. Mm.
Otherwise, in the
Mm.
next 20 years, when
Yeah.
we come out and say that, yes, we're a sovereignty nation, we had our sovereignty for 1,900 years, and the British said that we just gave you some sort of amount of money few
Yeah.
years ago
Oh,
for you
yeah.
to establish your country.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I frown. Imagine is will frown at that. This has nothing to do with politics. This has
Maxwell,
everything to do with.
I don't want to cut you off. You know why I have to jump in
Okay,
there. You know what you
okay.
just said right now with this their offer. The same thing happened prior to the British Benin War. That they wanted to maintain relationship with the Benin Kingdom. That they brought some gift. You remember one video of a British journalist that came to Benin City in the 60s and interviewed Opa Akenzwa II. Have you watched the video, the documentary?
Yeah,
You did?
I have.
Okay. So you can see what happened then prior to the war, how they came with their offer wanted to straighten the relationship with the Benin Kingdom. They brought some gift and whatever to the Oba that led
Yes.
to the war. That led to the war. So the same thing they are trying to portray again in 21st century. Now I
Yes.
understand why you said you don't want such offer. I don't think we want any offer from Britain, of which they still own
Yes.
our artifacts. Our artifacts are with them. Then they're
Yes.
going to borrow us our own artifacts again. It's 21st century.
Yes.
We don't want their money. We don't want it. We don't want their
It,
offer.
it's a lot of people were against it, and I told them that there's no wisdom in that. When people says that it's wise for those people to accept that, establish an archaeological idea to excavate and donation. I say that with the strong Edo people in both in home and in diaspora that clearly understand the relevance of heritage and culture to the Edo people, we have no single bearing to accept $4 million. We can raise so much amount of money within our people in less than 1 year. So why on earth should any government, all whichever guys, accept so that kind of money that can be raised within us
We don't want.
from
We don't
whatever
want.
government, whatever the British wishes to offer us? I sincerely do believe they don't wish us well.
It's not going to be
I'm
free.
not I'm not saying, I'm not talking about Germany, Holland, every other European nation, Italy, Spain, and all that, or other American countries, whether North or Southern Americas like Canada and America, Brazil, and all that. I'm specifically limiting my grievances against the British. They have never meant well for us as a people for the past 123 years or more. I don't think it is time for them to mean us well. So, whatever agreement the Edo people or the Benin Kingdom has to do with the British has to be explicitly spelled out. If they are to give us or loan us or dash us or donate to us whatever specific amount of money, it has to be as a result of the great injustice they have done to us. As the British come out publicly to tell us that they are sorry for what great injustice they did to us 123 years ago, the answer is capital no. So
We don't
why do
want.
we think that the money they are offering to us is as a result of mutual respect? These are the people who never respected us at the time where we were independent. Now we are under the guise and under the leadership or under the sovereignty of a country that we never wanted to be, called Nigeria, that they created as a country. Now, do you think at this very point in time that the British actually mean us well?
No, they don't.
My answer is no, they don't. So if we are in agreement, the British should be able to come out first to apologize. If they don't apologize, I don't think there's any reason as a people to accept anything good that seems good from the British. If it's Germany, if it's Holland, if it's Spain, if it's Lufthansa, it's the every other countries in Europe, yes, we can, but
Even though
certainly not the British.
even though other country in Europe, in the West, we should be careful. We
Yeah,
should be
definitely we
careful.
should.
Yes, we should be careful because these people, if they are not coming to offer us a gift, that at the end of the day, they will come and dominate us, or the gift, they won't be controlling whatever gift they are planning for us, which means we don't want. Okay. If you want to offer me this telephone, okay, you say, I offer you this telephone, I have no control over this telephone. Once I hand over this telephone to you, it's going to be yours forever. I will come and interfere with how you are using this telephone. So when you say,
Yeah.
okay, you want to offer me this telephone, but you make sure that, please make sure that it within 1 year. Do not do this, you get conditions. Then I don't want. Then I
Yeah.
don't want, because anything can happen to the telephone before 1 year. Then I don't want your offer. Then I don't want it. Okay, so we should be careful no matter the country in the world. We don't really care. Britain or Germany or wherever, we don't want their offer, because we don't want a situation whereby after they come, they say they are coming to develop our state for us. At the end of the day, they come and take control and be dominating our state for us, dictating for us, telling us what to do. They have no respect for us. The Africans, I'm telling you, the Westerners, they have zero respect for Africans. Zero respect. So we don't want. We don't want the offer.
I don't want to go. And people have to understand. Um, Me with my group, we are revolutionists, and we have discovered that the only way we can make Great Benin great again is having to recognize the contributions of different heroes and heroines to our nation as a do people. I call us as a nation because we have had our sovereignty for more than 1,800 years, close to 1,900 years before the British took
Okay.
our country from us. So even if we observe the October 1st,
Mm.
the May 27 and all that, we should, as a country, before the British came, observe daily those who are sacrificed so much as individuals, as a collective group for our people. That is why my group came out almost 4 years ago that specifically 2017, that's 3 years ago, that annually we should be able to remember a woman who had sacrificed so much for the Edo people that we still have a monarchy that we can call Benin Kingdom or the Oba of Benin to date. And that woman is Queen Eden. And we postulated at February 14 because all over the world, a lot of nations say the Lovers' Day and all that. We
Mm.
don't know who the hell is Valentine's.
Yes,
To
exactly.
us,
Yeah.
the person who loved us, who sacrificed, who died. For some of the people who are Christians, Jesus Christ sacrificed his life for the Christians because he loved the world. We as an Edo people, we also have that kind of a Christ-like personality who sacrificed her life for our people, and that was Queen Eden.
With the
She had no stake. She had, when I mean she had no stake. When people had asked me why haven't my group declared something for Queen Idia? I say that, well, Queen Idia, the popular Queen Idia, she's a great phenomenal. But what Queen Idia did was because she had a stake in the future of the kingdom. That stake was Obaisige, her son. But Queen Eden, whatever Queen Eden had no
those,
child
yes, no
of
stake in the
our
Benin
own.
Kingdom. Mm.
On the no stake in Benin Kingdom, no
Mm.
stake in the future of what the kingdom would be, but
Mm.
yet she chose to
Mm.
sacrifice her life for her husband Obaewakbe so that the Benin Kingdom
Mm.
can last forever. And
Forever,
I
yeah.
feel that
Mm.
there's no greater love in this life than the love that is born out of pure love. And that is what Queen Eden did. And that is why we tag February 14 every year for every Edo person all over the world, wherever they are located, to celebrate the heroism, the love, the sacrifices of Queen Eden. Now, that is one day.
Mm.
Another second day is
Mm.
July 22nd.
Okay,
Now,
what is that?
July 22nd, what we as a group, Association of Great Benin Descendants, also proposed that it should be called Edo Day. Why we propose that day as Edo Day is because after this same British that we've been talking about came to depose our monarch,
It,
came to
it was
depose our monarch.
July 22nd. You did it.
Yes.
Okay.
After they deposed our monarch
Mm,
in 1897,
mm.
his son, after 17 years, July 22nd, 1914,
Oh,
was
okay.
crowned as the Oba of Benin.
Mm.
Crown Prince Agboba Sirin Ovorame was crowned as Oba Eweka II,
Mm.
22nd of July 1914 as the Oba of Benin. When I say that, that date is historical enough for all Edo people to preserve as Edo National Day.
It's like that day was the day that the primogeniture system of monarch was restored again after the British
Was
invaded Benin
yes,
Kingdom. Yeah.
after 17 years.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is what the day. So whatever date what we have had, it is not it's not of our own ordination. It is the ordination of God and our ancestors. So that's that will prevail. But few weeks ago, it was even recorded by the neighbor TV, where we declared another day that would be the third day of the year for Edo people, which should be June 28th. Now,
Okay.
one of
We
the
have three so far now. One is
yeah, yeah,
July 22nd. The other
second,
one is February 14th for
tenth,
yeah,
yes,
14th.
and the
14th,
yes,
right?
July, yes, February 14th.
Mm,
The third one was one we declared recently, about three
mm,
weeks or 1 month ago,
mm.
when we had a press conference. Now, that day was declared as the Edo Heroes Day. Why did we declare that day is June 28th?
June
Why did we
28th.
declare June 28th as Edo Heroes Day? Now, we lost our independence to the British in 1897.
Mm,
Almost second week. I can't really remember the exact date. Permit me. In February, I think it was somewhat February, second week of February. I think February 25th. Sorry, 1897. Well, our Oba was deposed to Calabar. 1897 February. Now, there was one outstanding hero who continued to fight the British even after we lost our sovereignty
mm,
to the British for more than 2 years.
mm. Okay, who was that?
That man was Chief Erabo,
Okay, Chief
the
Arabo.
Ologbose of Benin Kingdom. He continued to head a guerrilla war against the British for more than 2 years.
Mm, okay,
He
Arabo.
did not relent, where every other Benin person, every other Edo person living on planet Earth had relented, has conceded to the defeat of the British. He continued to fight the British for more than 2 years in form of guerrilla war until he was caught in a village called Okemwe, close to Ondo State, present day of Via Northeast.
He was
In the
fighting
year
who
18,
after the war.
he
When you
was
say
fighting the British. Even after the war, he was fighting the British. He was holding villages to fight the British, which we call the guerrilla war, for more than 2 years until we eventually caught in 1899, 2 years after the Benin has
mm,
fought to the government of the British, and he was sentenced to death by firing 1899, June 28th, 1899. And that man was Chief Irabo, the Ologbose of Benin
the kid.
Kingdom. As against every odd, he still kept on fighting against the British for more than 2 years until he was killed unjustly against the British government in June 28th, 1899.
No,
And the Association of Great Benin Descendants declared few weeks ago that that person,
mm,
Chief Irabo,
mm.
can never be forgotten, and that June 28th every year
Mm.
that we as a people should celebrate our heroes and heroines day
Okay.
for those who fought
Okay.
for our sovereignty.
Hmm, interesting. I have one question there. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you for this topic. So I have one interesting question there. Ologbosere, according to history, was the one who led the coup against the British people when they brought gifts to the Oba during Igwe festival. That later exacerbated the war between the British and the Benin Kingdom. So, is it the same Ologbosere that continued to be fighting the British people, or it was another Ologbosere? Please clarify us.
Okay, okay, I'll clarify. It's the same logo sharing.
The same?
First, yes. First, I want to at this very live broadcast
Mm,
dispel, discontinue,
mm,
cancel, or whatever English you want to use. That Benin song that said, Ologbose, Ọba Isiagbon, Iwoba Hawaye, Iyasiuma Gboyebo,
mm,
Iyasiamono Gbaido. No, 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 no. I disagree completely with the song that was composed with Chief Priest Bonhon. These three heroes, Iyamasia Menogbedo. See, you must understand something. There was two things that was presented.
mm,
Agwe Festival. About Voramen, the Benin Kingdom was about to experience Agwe Festival. Agwe Festival is likened to Olojo Festival in Yoruba land,
mm.
where the Oni have to go into seclusion where he cannot see the foreigner. Our Agwe Festival is usually in the month of January, where the Oba of Benin has to fast for all of us, for the Benin Empire, so that there will be peace, tranquility, there will be unity, there will be productivity amongst within the empire. When he goes into that seclusion in praying to God and his ancestor, he must not see the foreigners. That was a time the British wanted to come into Benin City. And it was this Ologbose leading Oba Isiagbon Oba Hawaii to meet the British at Ugbine to tell them that, calm down, you cannot see the Oba of Benin. We're not saying you will not see him, but you have to allow him go through the normal traditional rite that he has to go through every year, from not seeing foreigners after about 3 weeks to 1 month of his fasting for his people. And the British refused the entreaties of these noblemen. So two things has to happen. Obviously, Oba Ovorame has told these people not to touch these British people because he had already been warned by the ancestors that a war will break out that
Yes.
the Benin might not survive from. So
Yes. The
Oba Ovorame had
tradition.
already told
The
Ologbo,
tradition was already existing in Benin
yes,
Kingdom that so, yeah, foreigners.
was already existing. Even in somewhat about what I calculated as about approximately 523 years of the prophecy of Oba
But when the
first,
first, yes.
yeah,
That
that
was
one of his children will
mm,
be deposed.
was
He told these noblemen
mm,
that they should not fight with the British. But these noblemen had two things in their mind, whether to hearken to their king or
mm,
to hearken to the laws and the custom of their land.
lands.
They choose to hearken to the laws and the custom of their land as against to the ordination of their Oba. And they cannot, I repeat, they cannot be treated as the betrayer of the Benin cause. Rather, they can be treated as a hero of their land for preserving the laws and the custom which supersedes even the Oba of Benin. Every Oba of Benin has to be compelled to the laws and the custom of the land that created the throne that he sits upon. So that is what the Olobo said, the Oba Isiagbon, the Oba Hawaii hearkened to. They had willing disobeyed the voice of their king as against the voice or the ordinations of the laws and the customs of their land. And I wish to state it categorically clear that they were not against the law of the land, and as so they should be treated as martyrs of and as heroes of the land of this great Igodomegodo.
But, but don't you think they overreacted by killing the British convoy?
No, 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 no. The British were hostile. They had insulted their king. When you come to a land, have the Benin people gone to the British land to tell them how to run their government?
But
As the British people,
at that
as
time,
the Benin people gone?
they don't have prison system in Benin Kingdom at that time.
No, we have had prison system in Benin Kingdom close to 300 years. Obayawedo created
Yeah.
the prison system.
System.
So over 300 to 400 years is the difference between Obayawedo. Obayawedo is the fifth Oba of Benin, close to 200 years. It might not be up to 300 years. Obayawedo is the fifth Oba of Benin. Oba Romia, after Oba Romia, Obayaweka the first. After Obayaweka the first, Upakwayen. After Upakwayen, Ehemi. After Ehemi, Ewedo. Ewedo is the fifth Oba of Benin. Then Obayawari is the 13th Oba of Benin, according to chronology created by Obayawari the second. Obayawari is the second, so it's about 7 reigns between Ewedo and Obayawari the first. So the prison system was already created for almost a period of 200 years. So I know.
It's interesting though. I never knew that Ologbosere. I thought he was captured. Immediately they invaded.
No. It was not captured. It died June 28, 1899, 2 years after the Benin was defeated.
He was among those that they killed in Calabar, right?
No. It was killed. It was captured in Okemwe, and it was tried the same day and sentenced to death the same day, June 27th, and it was killed June 28th. Will never have been successful, but
at least he
fought
died as
against them.
he died as a hero. Yes, yeah.
And we should, I plead to every Edo man who listens to my voice today to know that Ologbose is one of the greatest Edo man. Chief Irabo, the Ologbose of Obavorament's era. That chieftaincy title is hereditary. The first Ologbose was Chief Ogboma. The Ologbose of Benin Kingdom at the era of Obavorament was Chief Irabo, Irabor. That Chief Irabo should never be forgotten. He's one of the greatest personalities that has ever lived as an Edo person. The story that we should tell our children, the story of how great he was, and the story that is supposed to be part of the legends of the Obarogwas, the Yasek Menede, a lot of the Yasser there, the Obaewai. It should be told. The story should be told amongst all those great legends, those great kings, those great personalities, the Queen and the Queenidia. And I don't want our generation to forget June 28th. And June 28th, next year, 2021, will be epic. And I would want every Edo person all over the world to come out honestly to observe that day.
Okay, so out of these 3 days declared in Benin Kingdom, which one do you think is more compulsory that we should incorporate into Nebo TV?
I think Nebo TV should observe all of it. One that has gained ground so much is the February 13th, Queen Eden's Day. It has gained so much ground. I think, yes, it has gained so much popularity. When we started it 3 years ago, it looks like a joke, but it's gaining so much popularity. We will die, and we'll be so happy that this is part of the legacy that we've left behind. Then June 20th, June 22nd is the day that we do our Agadagada Summit. GBD, we do Agadagada. So you covered the last year, but you couldn't cover this year, couldn't hold because of the COVID-19. But I guarantee you, Nebo TV will be around for February 14th, June 28th, July 22nd next year. And we're going to celebrate, and it's going to be fantastic. We just need to make all the necessary publicity for it. Get,
So,
but don't forget, it's not as if we presented this to His Royal Majesty. I'm aware that His Royal Majesty is quite aware of this, of our novel ideas.
yeah.
But however, Oba or Wemi Anedo, Oba gratifies the genuity of Edo people who wants to use the ideas
Yeah.
to grow his kingdom.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Understand? And who wants to grow his kingdom. So any ameta. So it's not as if Oba say this is that. But we seriously hope that with our constant celebration, observing of these days, the Oba of Benin will come out and say that if in anything, if you boy in a so that's what we're looking for.
Okay,
And
so
it's
let me
amazing.
see. I'm not sure if I will be able to incorporate the 3 days into Nebo TV, but
Okay.
I will observe the 3 days. Okay, I will observe the 3 days, but I will choose one for celebration. Yes, I will still observe the
Um,
3 days. I'll ensure that I observe the 3 days. Okay, but the celebration, I want to incorporate a kind of annual festival into Nebo TV that every year we will be preparing before the date that, okay, Kunide Day, or let's say June 28th, July 22nd, and February
February
14th.
14th. Yeah.
So we have the 3 days. Let me just write it down here. February 14th.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at one out of the three, but I think the Queen Eden Day will be more. For me, as a woman, I think
As
I
a
have to.
woman.
I think I have to.
I understand.
I will embrace the February 14th. I think that
It's
one
okay.
will work for me. Yeah, that will work for me
It's okay.
as a
It's
Benin
okay.
woman. I'm trying to make history in the Benin kingdom as well. So
Yeah.
let me just,
Yeah.
I will take this. I will take February 14th. So while
It's okay.
the other 2 days, I will observe them 100%. I will observe them. Okay. But for the Kuniden Day, for sure, yeah, that will be what we'll incorporate into this Benin History and Research Center in diaspora. Right now, we are preparing customized t-shirts, hats for this Benin History and Research Center in diaspora. It's going to be available soon. And moreover, for those Benin Edo people who are watching right now, we are planning to also incorporate other ethnic groups in Edo State into this program. Because someone, like what I told you the other day, Masweda, that someone called me from Edo State a few months ago saying that we are only focusing on the Benin history. I think the person is very right. That what about other ethnic groups in Edo State? We have the Ishan people, who is the second largest ethnic group in Edo State, right? The Ishan people are the second. So Ishan people, Afema, Isako people, we're going to be incorporating their history into this program as well. So this t-shirt is
Okay.
coming up now, and we need support from Edo people in diaspora because I've been doing this on my own with my own resources. So we have to buy a website, we have to develop the website. There are many other logistics as well.